My progress in my work in progress has slowed down significantly in recent weeks, so what better way to get back into writing than to create a writing playlist? I mean, I could create a crazy challenge and force myself to write, but this seems more fun. Hi, I'm Patrick Dowell, and this is the road to publishing my first book. I think it's been 14 weeks since I started vlogging my writing journey, which is absolutely insane. This journey has been going great so far, but it could be going better to be honest. So as I said before, recently I have not been making the progress I would like to be making on my project Operation Arc. I'm not completely stalling, I am making progress, it's just not the progress that I would like to be making. I'm basically putting 1,000 words on my second draft document a day. And I know that doesn't sound that bad, but when you consider I'm sitting around the house all day long, it could be a lot better. Like if I had a job and I was just writing on the side, those numbers would sound a lot better. Last week I talked about how one of the major problems I think I'm having right now with the writing phase is that I'm not really used to editing. I've been writing for almost my entire life, but I don't really edit the stuff that I write. At least not as much as I should edit the stuff that I write. That being said, in addition to the editing stuff and the rewriting stuff being not as comfortable, I feel like I'm not as inspired as I was when I wrote the first draft. I feel like back when I was writing the first draft to Operation Arc was the only thing I could think about. I was genuinely thinking about writing this book from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to bed. And to be honest, that's definitely way too much. I might be suffering with some level of burnout from the amount that I was writing so intensely when I was working on the first draft. And now that I say that, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's burnout. I did take a month to kind of take a break from this project to kind of revisit it with a fresh head, but maybe that wasn't long enough. But regardless of what it is, recently I've been really struggling to work on Operation Arc for a prolonged period of time. I feel like the best way I can word it is I'm really struggling to get into the headspace that I need to be in to write this book. And aside from just wanting to do something different with this vlog, I really think that creating a playlist could help me get back into that headspace. So I'm gonna get right into making this Operation Arc playlist. So, fun fact, this is actually the first time that I'm ever making a playlist for a book that I'm writing. In fact, this is my first time making an actual playlist. I know this is kinda cringe, but I typically just listen to music on YouTube. I have the Spotify app, but I just never use it at all. I'm gonna be using it now to make this playlist though. Anyway, as I was saying before, I've never actually made a playlist for a book, but I have had songs in the past that I've kind of used to remind me of certain books that I'm writing. Like I've picked out songs that really remind me of a book that I'm writing in the past, but I've never actively made a playlist with all those songs. So I'm really excited to see if making a playlist for Operation Arc will make me more motivated to work on Operation Arc. That's the ultimate goal. Now that I think of it, I'm actually going to make two playlists for this book. I do not like to listen to music with words while I write. I find it very distracting, so I think it'd be a really good idea to have an orchestral playlist. I really want my writing playlist for Operation Arc to be just instrumental music, sci-fi vibes, of course some Hans Zimmer in there. I want it to be music that puts me in the mood of writing Operation Arc, but I also want it to be music that helps me focus on writing Operation Arc. And then on top of that, I want another playlist that has songs with lyrics that really remind me of the themes of Operation Arc. I feel like that playlist is going to be a lot more tricky to build, especially considering there's no one character to focus on in Operation Arc since it's a series of short stories, but I'm going to give it a shot. There really aren't that many songs that have lyrics about space stations and killer robots. By the way, if you have any recommendations for these playlists, please leave them in the comments. Operation Arc is sci-fi, but doesn't really fit that upbeat sci-fi tone. It's more of like an eerie sci-fi. One of the themes that I really explore is how technology is not inherently good or evil. Good and evil is more decided by the humans that wield that technology. The stories are not at all religious. I think a priest would honestly be pretty horrified if he read it, but at the same time, there is a biblical element to it. I mean, the space stations are called arcs. The company that created them is called Genesis. There definitely is stuff there, but it's not like religious. What makes a human human is also an idea I try to explore. Is there a meaning to life is an idea tied to a lot of the stories. Yeah, this is gonna be a weird playlist. It's funny, people always ask me what's my music taste, and I never know how to answer that question. And that's really because my taste is all over the place. When it comes to reading books, I like to experiment with different things here and there, but I primarily focus on sci-fi. With music, there is no particular genre that I focus on listening to at all. I listen to a lot of sad, breakup-y songs when I'm happy, which is kind of strange. To be fair though, I'm normally happy, so I don't really know when else I would listen to them. Also, I haven't been in a relationship in 5 years, so I don't really know why I listen to those. Well, I do, they sound nice. I'm a big fan of country music, and I will defend country music against you country haters. Seriously, why does country music get so much hate? I feel like some classical music is super underrated. Oh, I also love acoustic versions of like popular songs. But then I also love like super auto-tuney songs. Rap's okay, I guess, but for me the lyrics really had to have like some good meaning for me to actually like it. I say that, but I'm also a fan of some pretty meaningless songs. Yeah, like I said before, I genuinely have no clue what my music taste is. And to be perfectly honest, I can't really think of one song that really fits what I'm looking for this playlist. Maybe Gasoline by Halsey? I love that song. I know I'm gonna have no problem finding some eerie sci-fi music to fill my writing playlist, but I really want to have some lyrical songs to kind of listen to really get me into the headspace of writing this book. And I can't think of anything. I feel like once I find a few songs that fit what I'm looking for, Spotify will kind of recommend me more songs that kind of fit that vibe. Oh, what's that song from the Fallout soundtrack? I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire. That song isn't sci-fi at all, but Fallout has been a huge inspiration for this project. Although listening to it now, the simplicity of it does make me think of the simplicity of living on one of the arcs. There is not much to do on an arc, unless you're on one of the arcs where the residents get subjected to horrific experiments. Also, I really apologize, I can't play the music that I'm kind of going through to kind of make this playlist because of copyright reasons. Maybe I can share the links to the playlist I make in the description though. I'll do that, that way you can check it out if you want to. First though, I need some more songs because 2 songs does not make for a great playlist. What about the 2 songs from those Rick and Morty episodes? Not the Rick and Morty theme song. I promise I'm not going to put the Rick and Morty theme song in my playlist for Operation Arc. Actually, we'll see how desperate I get. No, I'm talking about there are those 2 episodes where there's like a really sad song at the end of it. I feel like those songs fit really well. Don't Look Back and Do You Feel It? It's funny, for such a goofy show, those are some really impactful songs. So after brainstorming for an entire hour, I input into ChatGPT songs for a writer playlist on sci-fi book where people endure genetic testing on spaceships after the apocalypse. Let's see if ChatGPT has good music taste. Shit, on some of those recommendations, ChatGPT really missed the marks, but on other ones, I feel like it had a better idea of what I was looking for than I did. I think I added like 10 songs from ChatGPT's recommendations. A lot of these songs that I've chosen kind of make you uncomfortable when you listen to them. Even for the songs without lyrics that I've been looking for the Just Writing playlist, I can tell a lot of them feel kind of uncomfortable to kind of listen to. It almost makes you feel like something's a little bit off, which is exactly how I want to feel while I'm writing these stories. They're still pretty small, but so far I think I made a pretty strong playlist for just writing and then also inspiration for Operation Arc. As I continue to work on Operation Arc though, I want these playlists to evolve as the story evolves. Hopefully you can give me some good recommendations to add to the playlist. In next week's writing vlog, I'll be sure to let you know if I think creating these playlists actually helped me write more. Until then, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week.